The latest tax scams, what do you need to look out for? I'm Sam Keats from Keats Accounting, and this week's tax topic is all about tax scams that we're seeing in the office and what you can do to avoid them. The reality is, unfortunately, that scammers are ever evolving and they are always coming up with new ways to try and get your hard-earned dollars off you. Here are some of the scams that we have been seeing in the office lately or are being talked about locally, and we want to give you some tips for how you can spot them. One of the ones we've seen floating around in the media and one of our clients was exposed to was in relation to iTunes. What happened in this case was there is an email that was sent, the email hackers had got in, they duplicated an email account, and the bookkeeper received an email which looked very much like it was from the CEO of the company, asking for iTunes cards to be purchased and for the codes to be sent through. In that instance, that email was not actually from the CEO. And another similar one that goes around involves the ATO apparently asking you to pay your debt in iTunes account codes. That won't happen. So the ATO are never going to ask you to pay for things with iTunes gift cards. So if you see anything like that where someone is asking for you to send them codes online, that is a very common scam. So stop, pick up the phone, speak to the person involved, but it's very unlikely that you will ever have to pay a genuine account with an iTunes card. So please watch out for that one. Another one we see is that an invoice may go out and you may receive an email where it says, please be aware that our account details have changed. So let's say you get an invoice that you're expecting from a supplier, and on that invoice or on the email, it tells you that the account details have changed and you need to make payment to another account. Before you process the payment, please actually pick up the phone, reach out to that supplier and make sure that that is genuine, because there have been cases reported in the media where the email scammers are duplicating email addresses. They're sending you an invoice that you're expecting, but the money is not actually reaching the supplier. You're making the payment and the payment's actually going to somebody else. So if you ever get asked to change account details, please double check that with the person before you go ahead and process the payment. Another one that we're seeing at the moment is duplicated emails that appear to be from government organisations asking you to log into a gateway and upload new payment details. These emails look incredibly genuine. They have got all the right links and they say all the right things, and the email addresses can even look like they're coming from the place that you would expect. Now, another one that's been happening in our local area is businesses getting visits from someone reporting to be from the ATO doing a site inspection on their business. And believe it or not, that one is actually genuine. So the ATO are doing site inspections to check on how businesses are going and make sure that it's all to do with black economy and all of those sorts of things. But again, if they're not showing you proper credentials, then you are within your rights. Get a phone number, or even ring the general inquiries number for the tax office or whatever regulatory body it is, and check with them. Say, are you doing an inspection? Is this someone from this government organisation, before you go sharing any records with them or letting them on your premises. Absolutely within your rights to do that. If anything comes through to you that you're not sure if it's genuine and valid, please pick up the phone. Call us, call the ATO, call the super authority, whichever government department it is, and check. If it is genuine, they will tell you. Sometimes these calls are genuine. So sometimes you're going to get a call from a debt collection agency asking you to pay a debt that you may not realise you've got because the piece of paper has gone to the wrong account. But we can always check that for you. We can certainly look details up on our portal, and the government authorities, if they are chasing you for things, they're certainly not going to be threatening to send the sheriffs after you, and they're not going to press charges if you don't make payment immediately over the phone. So please don't react too quickly. If you receive contact like this, call us, call the tax office. Let's check that it's genuine and let's beat the scammers.